Number formatting. This number formatting, if you guys remember in our previous session, when we use this text function, I used to tell that I'll be giving you more inputs on this, the text formats in number formatting session. So this is what, now we are here. Number formatting means changing the view of your values, or say the text, or what you see in a cell. Let's go inside here. We have few values, or say text, or whatever. We want to change the format of it. Let's come to this sales. Usually sales means what? It's a amount, or it can be a price or something. Here I need 1,000 separators. A simple way is I'll just select this. I'll go to this home tab. Here I have number, and here I can give this comma separator. That's it. The 1,000 separator is come. But what if I want to add more options for this? When I want to add more options, then I have the format cell option. For that, what I'll do is either I can select and say right click, and I can say format cell here. There is that format cell here. Otherwise, the easiest way is the shortcut key Control 1. And keep in mind, Control 1 is one shortcut key which will help us to go to this format window for anything in Excel. Say it can be an object, chart, cell, say pivot table, or anything. Just select Control 1, it will take me to the formatting window. Same thing we did. Again, I'll show you Control 1. I'll come to this window. Here I have a tab which says number. The whole thing what you see here, this will help me in formatting the numbers. Fine. Now what we'll do is we'll go here. Let me select this number. Usually it will be general by default, but let me select this number. Here it says decimal numbers, that is number of decimal places, 1,000 separators, and how my negative number should be formatted. Now if I remove this, see the sample here, it says 7686.00. Let me select this. See here it says 7 comma, that means 1,000 separator. Here I can increase the number of decimal points here. Let's say I'll keep it as 2. Now my negative number I can choose. By default usually we'll have this minus, and then the negative number will show with the number, the minus symbol with the number. But suppose if you want to show something else, say for example I want to show that as a red color with brackets, say okay. See, now the values got formatted here. Let's go and check. I'll make this as minus. See, the format get changed. This is very simple one. I just selected Control 1 and I use this number and I formatted it. Fine. Let's come to this units. When I say units, so this can be a kgs, numbers, or any units. Usually what we do is we'll go here in this, I'll say kgs, that's it. Say in the heading. But what if I want the same thing to be placed here? Say I want to append say this text kgs here. If I do this like this, say this number or these two numbers, they'll become text, they are not numbers. It says here in the formula bar you can see 5563 kgs. But if I add this, these two numbers will not be considered because they are not numbers. But I want the text say kgs, but still this has to be number, and I need to use this for calculation. Then what I'll do is, let me remove this. I'll just remove, select this, say Control 1. Here I have different options. So what we'll do is, now we are trying to customize. If I say number, what we'll do, again it will take the same format what we did here, but I don't want this number. So what I need is, I want a customized format wherein I can add kgs next to this. I'll say custom. Here it says general. See, you go to any of these formats, select that and come to custom, it will take that format. See, I'll go here, I'll take say percentage and come to custom, it will take that format. Now I'm in say general, I'll go here, it says general. So what I'll do is I'll make it 0. 0 is nothing but it's just a kind of format for numbers. Just say 0 enough. Space, double quote, and I'll say kgs. This text, it need not be only units, it can be anything. You can type your name or any text, customized text, but that should be within double quotes. I'll say okay. See, Now it says kgs here. Now let's go and check in our formula bar. I'll select here. See, it says 5563. It is not showing me kgs, or double click anywhere. It still shows only the number. But if you see here, I have this kgs. This is nothing but it is just formatting. You can add anything. Let's say I'll go here. Say control 1. I'll remove this kgs. I can prefix as well. I'll go here. I'll say ITAS. See, like this as well I can do. Any text, either before, after, or both the sides, you can do it. Next, coming to this date, increase this column. I have a date here. This date is in numbers. In our previous session, in the date formulas, we saw that the value, the date will be in a value format, or I can change the format of it to view as a date. Now this value has to be converted to date. Let me select this. I'll say control 1. Here I have the date format, and select any of these formats. Let's say I'll go here, I'll select this, say okay, it'll get converted. But what I need, say I want to get only the weekday, say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Since this is a date, we can have in any formats. Let's say control 1, go to custom, and you can see here it says DD, MM, YY. D is for day. I'll just give one D. This will show only day. See, in that date it is showing only day, that is in single number format, that is 1 2 3 4 5, in that format. If I go here and put one more D, that means it is in double digit format, so 0 1 0 2 0 3. Suppose if I add one more D, see, this will become 3 characters of a week, say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Control 1, if I put one more D, it will give me full day. So you have a date, and if you want to convert that into only weekday format, you can just use this DDD. I want only month, then I can change this to month. M is for single digit month, double digit month, and say 3 characters of a month. Say okay. See, year, I can use 2y or 4y's to get the year, only year. I can as well combine, say DD, comma, MMM, full month, year. Then I want day as well, like this. You can give in any format you want, but that should be in date, say value. This is one more way. Let's go here. I have a percentage. Control 1, I have this percentage. It will get converted to percentage. I don't have any other option here. I'll say okay, it got converted to percentage. But let's come back to this sales. Here I have a red color. When it is negative, it is giving me red color. But here there are chances sometimes the percentage might go less than 0 as well. Now I want to color this red. Wherever it is negative, I want to color this red, but I don't have any option here. If I go to this number, yes, I have an option, inbuilt option. I can directly go and select these say formats, and I can change the formats here. But in percentage, I don't have that format. What to do in this case? I want to format such a way that the value which are negative should be red. So you don't have to bother. I'll tell you how to do that. Say, fine. Let's take this one as -3%. Let's go here and we'll see how to do that. What you have to do is, in these cases, when it is want to have a customized formats, then you have to go to custom. If you want anything inbuilt, predefined, you can go and select these things. I'll say custom, and here I have this percentage. I told you, if it is in percentage, if I go to custom, it will give me the percentage. Now in the format, say custom formats, we'll have 2 different sections. What you see here is the positive. This is for the positive number. If I put a semicolon, then whatever I put format here, that is for the negative formats. Let me copy this percentage, 0.00 percentage. I'll put a semicolon and I'll just paste it. Now this is positive and this is negative. I'll say okay. Now positive and negative both are in the same format. See, this -3.90 percentage becomes like a positive only. That means that negative number is not there. If I want negative, I'll go here. I'll just put one minus sign here and say enter. See, again I'll get this. Now I know there are two sections, that is one is for positive and negative. So whatever format I give here, that will get applied for positive or negative. I don't want this minus sign. I'll put a bracket here in the negative section here. Say okay. See, fine. Now the color, I want this to be negative color. Say, sorry, red color. I'll put a square bracket this time. Keep in mind it has to be square bracket. I'll say red. If you want to make it green, say mention green. If you want to make it blue, you can mention blue. I'll say okay. See, that means if I don't have the format, so don't have to bother, I have this custom format which will help me in formatting the numbers. So I can use positive and negative number. This is one way. This is for customizing. Now let's go to this sales. In some situations, I want to know whether the value is up or down. I have two triangles here. This is one character, this is one character. Now what I'll do is, if the value is above 0, or say I can take any value, or let's say if the value is above 1000, then it should have this up arrow. Otherwise it should have the down arrow. So what to do with this? See here what I did, I just took one format, I made it as a color here. Now let me copy this so that will not disturb that format. I just paste it as values. Now let's format this. How do I format? Let's say any value above 1000 should have the up arrow, any value below 1000 should have this lower arrow. How to do that? What we'll do is, let me copy this, or we'll copy these two. Let's select the number, control 1. Now I don't have that format here, so it has to be custom format. Let me select this number. I had selected this say red color or whatever. Now what I'll do is, let me go to this custom. Can you see this? I have this positive and negative number. Let me start from beginning. 0.0. I'll just give 0.0 colon and I'll say 0.0. This is for positive and negative number, what we saw in the percentage formats. But now I don't want this positive or negative number. What I need is greater than 1000 should have the up arrow, less than 1000 should have lower arrow. So for that, what I'll do, I'll go here. Here I'll say a square bracket, greater than 1000, close bracket. Okay, see here, greater than 1000. Then I'll say 0.0, and we know that ampersand, what we saw, that the double quotes. Here I'll say control V. You can put this in double quotes like this. This is like a text. So I want this up arrow. We'll take this. Now I'll put one colon. So whatever it is coming after that, this will be apart from this. Say I'll go here 0.0, and I'll say control V, and we'll take the low arrow like this. Again I'll repeat. So this, what we have is greater than 1000. It will just say any number greater than 1000. Here not positive or negative. Here I'm taking the value directly. Greater than say 1000, then should be 0.0. Then I'm taking it as up arrow. Otherwise I'll have this lower arrow. Let's go and say okay and check. See, any value above 1000 will be up arrow. Let's go and change manually and see whether it is working or not. I'll make it 900. So according to our custom format, this should be lower arrow. See, it's coming low arrow. So where this can be used? This can actually be used when you are creating some dashboards, or say when you want to know some scorecards or something. So here you can use these kind of arrows here. Okay, so these arrows is a custom font. You can get it in net or something. So we have this kind of fonts. We'll save it so that if anyone asks for any dashboard like this, we'll just try to create it. So what you have to do is just any character you can give. As I told you, that kgs or something similar to that, I'm just adding here. But here the condition will be square bracket greater than say 1000. Here if it is less, you can make it same thing, red. Put one square bracket and say red. Say okay. Let me copy this format. See, wherever it is less than 1000, it will be a red color like this. This way also you can use the custom format. These are some of the formats. Let's say I'll give you one more interesting thing. I have a mobile number. This is my mobile number. I want to change the format of it. Format in the sense the first three characters should be in one bracket, next three characters in one more bracket, and last four characters should be in a bracket. Select this, go to custom. You have this general, just remove it, open bracket, say 1 2 3 close bracket, hyphen 1 2 3 close bracket, hyphen again 1 2 3 4. So totally 10 digits. I have this number. I'll say okay. See, the format got changed, but when I double click on this, it's still a number, right? So this is how you can change the formats. Fine. Next is conditional formatting. Now what we saw was the number formatting, that is to format the value inside a cell. But now what we are seeing, the conditional formatting, is formatting the cell itself based on the values. Here we are formatting the text, there we are formatting the cell. Let me open this. See, if you see here, I have a table. Here. Let me take one total here. I'll say sum of this. I have a total. I want to highlight all the values which are above 40,000. Above 40,000. One way what I can do, I can go here, select this, and I can highlight it with this color, any color. Again, I'll scroll down. I'll go here. I'll get 40,000, above 40,000. So I can go and check and put it manually. But if I have 2 or 3 numbers or 10 numbers, I can do. What if I have more than 1,000, say 10,000 numbers? In that case, what I'll do is I'll go here, select the cell. Then this home tab, I have conditional formatting. Conditional formatting means formatting your cell based on condition. Like we have this formulas, say conditional formulas, if condition. Similarly here, if the condition is true, then the formatting will happen. Let's go here. Here I have so many options. Let's say new rule. We'll come to this part later. I have something called as new rule. That means I am applying a rule on that cell. Let me click. When I click on this, see, I have different options here. Don't bother about these options. Select this format only cells that contain. When I select this, here I have cell value, and here I have different options. Like in the previous session, we saw for filters, say between, greater than, less than. Similarly, I'll have some options here. I'm saying format only cells that contain, and here I'm using the cell value, and I'll say any value greater than, or we can also use greater than, equal to, if you want to include 40,000 as well. If I say greater than, that means anything above 40,000. Now what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say greater than or equal to, here I'll mention 40,000. This is the condition what I'm applying. If the value here is greater than 40,000, then it has to be formatted. Here I have the format. Click on this format. I'll say fill. Let's take this color and say okay. That means if the value is greater than 40,000 in each cell, then it has to get formatted like this. If you want to make it bold, yes, you can do that as well. I'll go to font and I'll say bold, say okay, and say okay. Now go and check this. See, wherever you see anything above 40,000, you can see that they're getting bold and getting shaded. Now let's change this. I'll go here, I'll remove this and say enter. See, automatically the shading will go. Fine. Let me select this. I want to change. Now I want to change this from 40,000 to 45,000. Then what I'll do? Again, go to this conditional formatting. Now don't say new rule. You have to say manage rules. Click on this manage rule. Here, I'll get the option what I had, the formatting option what I've done. Double click on this. Here I'll change this to 45,000 and say okay. If I say okay, anything above 45,000 only will be formatted. But what I also can do is, instead of again and again changing, I can give a value somewhere here. Let's say I'll give 45,000 here. 45,000. I'm just mentioning here. Now let me select this conditional formatting. I'll say manage rule. Double click here. Instead of specifying it with hard-coded values, select this, the range. We call it as range picker. Select this and select this range. Say OK. See, now it is 45,000. Now let me change this to 35,000. I'll go here, I'll make it 35,000. Automatically the values will get formatted because I'm referring this cell again I don't again and again I don't have to go here and change the value. If I would have put here, if I would have put that format here as a value, then what will happen? Every time I have to go and change this. But in this case, what I've done, I given a reference. Whenever you think that formatting has to be done dynamically, then you can use this reference. Fine. Next, let me select this part. We saw how to highlight the values. Now we'll see how we can give icons. There is something called as icon set. These icon set are actually used to categorize. Say from one value to another value, I want this kind of icon. Usually we do this in scorecards, so indicators. We call it as indicators. For that, how will I do? I'll go to this condition formatting. Here I have this icon sets, and I can select any of the predefined icon sets here. I remember in the previous example, I was showing the arrow mark. So here I can use this. Like if you can see that arrow mark there, we can use something like this. Let me select one of this. Let's say we'll take this. This is called as traffic light. If I select this, automatically I got some icons here. But these icons are by default, it will just give me based on the internal calculation. But I want these icons to be given based on the numbers what I specify. Customize. Select this. Say control 1. Sorry, we'll go to conditional formatting. Here I'll say manage rule because already the rule has been applied here. Double click on this. If you go and check, they say format all cells based on their values, and here I've selected this icon set. And then if you come to this part, it says when value is greater than or equal to, it says 67%. Now I have the value here, not the percentage. So what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say number. Change this to number. Now we'll say when the value is greater than or equals to 5,000, then it should be green color. Greater than or equals to, if it is greater than or equal to, I'll say 2,000, then it should be yellow color. I'll say okay and say okay. See, now let's go and check. Anything above 5,000 is green color. See, all these value are above 5,000. Any value from 2,000 to 5,000, it will be yellow color. Anything less than 2,000 will be red color. Let's check. I'll go here. I'll make this as 5,326. According to my format, this should be green color. I'll say, see, it got changed to green color. Let's go here and let's change this to 2,326. That means this has to become yellow color. See, this is yellow color. Now anything less than 2,000, that should become red color. So likewise, I can format. This is one way of formatting. Now I want only the icons. I don't want to see the number. In that case, conditional formatting, manage rule, go to edit. Here it says show icons only. Select this and say okay. Say okay. See, only the icons will be shown. But where did that numbers go? Numbers are still available in this cell. It's not that they have got deleted. They're just hidden. See, double click here, I'll get the number. Or select anywhere, you can still see the number in the formula bar. Okay, so if you think that I want to just give only indicators, not the numbers, then you can format something like this. Fine. Let's come to this. I want to remove the formatting here. Condition formatting, clear rules. Here it says clear selected cells or entire sheet. If you click on this entire sheet, wherever I've given the formatting will be deleted. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll say selected cells only. I'll just remove this. So only selected cells will be removed. Now I'll go here, condition formatting. I'll say data bars. There are something called as data bars. I'll go here, I'll select any of this. This will make me feel like a chart. If you want, you can just sort this. Say data. We saw this in our previous session. Sort. Then I'll select this total. Let's say largest to smallest. Say okay. See, it will be like a chart here, like this. Let me select this. I don't want to see the numbers here. So what I'll do, again, go to this condition formatting, manage rule, double click here. I'll say show bar only. See, now only the bar will be shown like this. Fine. This is one way of formatting. Another way of formatting. Let's go here. Let me select this. I want to highlight all the duplicates. Sometimes I have a data where everywhere it has to be unique values. But what has happened is the data here, some data are duplicated, means they're entered twice or say more than that. I want to check which all data have been duplicated or say more than once they are appearing. Go to condition formatting. Here I have this highlight cells. Here I have this duplicate values. Just select this. See, it will ask whether it should be duplicate or unique values. I'll select this duplicate. Now I want to highlight the duplicate values. I'll say okay. Let me copy this and I'll paste it. See, it is repeating twice. Let me copy another data and I'll paste it. See, the duplicate values only are getting highlighted. Now I want to highlight all the unique values. Then I'll have to go to edit, that is manage rules. Here it says duplicate. I'll select this unique and say okay. All the unique values will be highlighted. The duplicate values will not be highlighted. These are some of the options what we have here, that is predefined. But sometimes what will happen, like what we have this number formatting customization, conditional formatting also can be customized. That means I want to highlight or say I want to format the cells based on my condition. So for that, what we'll do, we'll go here. I have something called as advanced conditional formatting. So what this advanced conditional formatting will do is it will take a customized formatting, and then it will format my cells based on the options what I've given, based on the condition what I've specified. What are those? Let me just explain you. Let's go here. I have a table here. I want to highlight all the text. That means which are not number, those things I have to highlight. In this case, if you go here, I don't have an option like that here. See, here the options what I have will not allow to select only the text. Here it will highlight some values, that's all. So what I'll do, I'll try to customize the say what is this condition. So for that, if you want to customize, say if you want to use the customized formatting, then you have to go here. Here it says use a formula to determine which cells to format. That is based on condition or say based on some formula, I'm trying to format the cells. So what I need here is I need to highlight the text. So what we'll do here, I'll say equals is text and select this value. Select the table, select this value. Either I can say is text or I'll say not is number. Anything is fine. I'll close the bracket, select, highlight, say okay. What happened? Let me just check again. Okay. So here you made it absolute. So what it is doing, it is taking only this cell. So I'll make it relative. That means it is B6, it has to check this, then it has to check all the other cells as well. So it is fixed. So previously it was absolute, so it was taking only this value. Now I'll say okay and say okay. See, wherever it is text, it is getting highlighted. Fine. Let's take this example. I want to highlight all the weekend dates. So Saturday and Sunday should be highlighted. If you go back to our previous sessions on this date functions, there we saw this weekday and week, so we can use that technique here. Let me select this. Now what I'll do, I'll say conditional formatting, and I'll take this formula, use formula. I'll say highlight whichever is weekday, the index number is 1 and 7. So what we'll do, first we'll say weekday of. Take this weekday of this one value. Again, let's remove the relative reference. Equals 1. Equals 1 means Sunday. Now I'm formatting only Sunday. Let's select the format color here. This is only to highlight Sunday. I'll say okay. See, it is highlighting only the Sunday because I have mentioned there weekday equals 1. That means wherever the weekday is 1, it is highlighting. But my requirement was what? Even Saturday also should be highlighted. What I'll do some small change here. I'll go say manage rule. Here it says weekday equals 1. Let me cut this and I'll say or operator. What it will do, it'll take either this, say here I say equals 1, or if it is 7, means either weekday is 1 or weekday is 7, highlight. I will say okay. Say okay. See, that means it will check the value. If it is 1 or if it is 7, then highlight the value. Fine. Let's go to this. Here I have a list of name with their marks or say their rankings or whatever. Whatever name I specify here, that should get highlighted. So what we can do is I'll just go here to data and say there is this data validation. So don't worry about this. So this one I'll tell you the next session we have this chapter only. I'm just taking this, or you can type it. See, it's just to get a drop down like this. Instead of typing, I'll just select this. So how to do this? Just select here and I'll say data validation and say list, and I selected this. Okay, don't worry, next session is this only, that will be in depth. Now just to get the value here, I just took this, or you can just type it. Now whatever names I'm selecting here, that should get highlighted. So it's very simple. What I'll do, select this, say conditional formatting, new rule. Now I'll take a formula. Now I'll say equals this value. So this is a fixed value. I'll say F4. This is a fixed value equals this value. Now based on this value, that is this column value, all the other cells also should get formatted. So for that, what I'll do, I will say F4 and F4. I'll fix only the column so that it is taking this column but highlighting the entire row. I will select this and say okay. Did we select properly? Let's go and select again. What did we select? Okay, I6. Fine. Let's check this. See, fine. Let's do it again. Conditional formatting, manage rule, select, and here let me do it again. See, equals this value. Make it relative because this has to check only this value, equals, I'll select this value. Make it column wise like this. And then say okay. Say okay. See. Now let me select any of these values. See. So what it's trying to do, it is just trying to check this value, any of the values here with the selected value, and then it is highlighting the cells like this. So these options are not predefined. I have to work on this. I have to give a customized, say, functions. Let's go here. I want to highlight all the alternative rows. I got one requirement saying that all the alternative rows has to be selected. So here what we have done is to make it easy, I've given all the formulas here only, so that now you guys can but check this and you can work on this. I know this is little confusing before, so once you do this it will become easy. So for that reason all the formulas have been given below. Okay, fine. If you go here, I want to highlight all the alternative rows. Let me take these headings. Alternative row means, let's say for example I want to highlight 7, then it should be 9, then 11, like this. Select this. So what we'll do is we'll go here and say new rule, formula, just say equals mod of, this is modulus operator. What it will do, it will check the remainder. If this value, say this row number, row of comma 2 equals 0, that means if it is mod of 2, that means modulus 6 divided by 2, the number will be, the remainder will be 0. So wherever it is 0, then highlight that row. That means it will highlight this row. If you want all the odd numbers, then I'll say 1. If I say 1, what will happen? Say 7 divided by 2, the remainder is 1. So 2 3s are 6 and I'll have 1 remainder. If this condition is true, then highlight this row. Let me go here and I'll try to shade this. Say okay, see. So it will check the row number. So wherever the row number is odd, that is 7 or 9 or 11, so it will highlight. If you want the even numbers to be highlighted, then I'll go here. Then I'll say conditional formatting, just change this to 0, then only row number which are even will be highlighted like this. Fine. If you want to have the row and the column number as a checkbox to be highlighted, select this. It is very simple. I'll go here, manage rule, then I'll say new rule. Here in the formula, I'll just say equals is odd, means I'm trying to get the odd numbers of the combination of this row and column. I'll take the row number. If I say row number, that means let's say it is 6. This is 6, and I'll add this column number here. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 6, it is 13. That means this is odd number. So this has to be highlighted. Then here 6 plus 8. So that will be even number. Then 6 plus 9 will be odd number, like that. Say plus column, and if I format this, see, this will get highlighted. That is because it will be like one even number, odd number, even number, odd number, like that. But suppose if you want to highlight, say like I've did alternative rows here, I want to highlight 4 values like this, and again 4 values should not be highlighted, then again 4 values. So it's like a set of 4 or a group of 4 rows. A simple thing what you do is just put this as 0, just a simple way, then put this as 1. So wherever it is 1, it has to get highlighted. Wherever it is 0, it should not highlight. That is the logic. Here what we did, we took the row numbers, right? Say odd or even. So here what I am trying to do, just take this 0. Wherever it is 0, it should not highlight. Wherever it is 1, it has to highlight. The same logic I'm using here, but I'm taking this 0 or 1. Here I'm taking the modulus, wherein I'm taking the remainder. Select this. Conditional formatting, new rule. Here we'll put the formula. Here I'll just say equals this value. Make this value as relative, because every cell has to be checked. If I'm making it absolute, only this cell will be checked. I'll say equals this value, or we'll make it more simple, equals this value. We'll just take only this cell, say F4, and fix only the column, equals 1, then highlight. So what I did, just took only this cell instead of taking all the cells. Let's take only this cell, and I'll say if this value is equal to 0, then highlight. Okay, I'll go here, select this, and say okay. See, wherever it is 1, it will get highlighted. It's not only about the 4 rows here. Wherever you put 1, that will get highlighted. See, put 1 here. So I'll put 0 here. That means wherever this is 1, it will get highlighted. So what I did is, just for our convenience, I just put this 0 here, and then made it as a group of 4 rows to be highlighted. Next one is shading based on the zone. Let's say I have a requirement here. I want to shade, say if I'm selecting state 1, then state 1 has to be highlighted. So for that, what we'll do, let's take one cell here and I'll put this one somewhere here. So what we'll do is we'll try to see whichever is selected here. Okay, so that has to be highlighted. One way is I'll select this and I'll go to this conditional formatting and say new rule. Here I'll say use formula and say equals this value. This is a fixed value, means I'm checking only this value, equals this value. Now this one, what I'll do is say F4, F4, fix the column. So whatever value is there in this column, that has to match here. Say highlight this, say okay. Now I'll say okay. See, let me change this to state 5. See, this is if I have only one value. What if I have 3 values to be checked? Say for example, I have this state 1 and I'll say state 2 and 3. 2 and 3. The previous example was only one cell. I just mentioned it as equals this one or any of the values here, then I highlighted. So here I have 3 different states. If I say it is state 1, let's say this is rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, then I want a color like this one. If it is rank 2, then I want a color like this, and here color like this. That means rank 1, rank 2, rank 3 should have these colors. So in this case, what should I do? So what I'll do is here I'll put a rank here, say 1, 2, 3. Now let's take this in the end, and here we'll take these ranks for any specified state. So how to take that? I have this VLOOKUP function equals VLOOKUP of, I will select this as my lookup value, comma, and I'll select this table, fix it, comma, say 1, 2, 3, third column says NA. So we'll put that if error of this, then I'll say 0. Fine. Let me drag it down. See, state 1, it is saying 1 because I mentioned here. State 2, it is saying 2. Then state 3, it is mentioning 3 here. Now next comes the formatting part. Let me select this. I have already given on formatting here. I'll say manage rule. Now what we'll do, double click here, I'll remove this part. Previously it was only one state, so it was easy. This equals this. But now I have 3 states to be checked and 3 different colors has to be given. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll say equals this value and make it column to be fixed equals 1. That means if this value equals 1, then I'll shade with this color. Say okay. Right? Now we'll say add one more rule here. Say new rule and select this. One more rule I'm applying because I need a formatting for 2 as well. Same formula, I'll say equals this. Say F4, F4 equals 2. Then format with this color. Okay. Now I have one is for 2, this color. If it is 1, then this color. I'll say one more rule. Then I'll say equals this F4, say equals 3. Then it has to be shaded with this color. Say okay and say okay. See, wherever it is 1, it will be this color. It is 2, this color, and 3 is this color. But let me change the ranking. I'll make this as 6 and see what will happen. See, now this becomes 1, so this is getting this orange color. Now let me go here. I'll say this as 4. See, now let's say this will be India. See, so whatever you're giving here, because of VLOOKUP, this value will be keep changing, because it will select this value for the value which I mentioned here. Based on that value, I'm using this conditional formatting here, like this. So to brief, conditional formatting means it will format the cell based on some conditions, and the condition can be within the cell itself or it can be any other cell. If the condition is true, then the cell will get formatted like this. Okay, so this is all what we have for today's session. So we learned about number formatting and conditional formatting. Number formatting means formatting the values inside the cell based on the options what I need to format. Conditional formatting means formatting the cell based on the conditions. Okay.